You've seen Iron Man in the movies. Now you can become him in Minecraft Bedrock. In this video, I'll show you how I built an Iron Man suit with command blocks, including a full suit up and suit down system, missile launchers, repulsors, and the Unibeam. And thanks to the Fanimation Add-On, smooth, flight-ready animations to bring it all to life. But I'll get to that at the end. I've broken everything down into sections so you can build this step by step. Whether you want to fly, blast, or just look awesome, I've got you covered. Alright, coming into our build center here, this is where I have all of the Iron Man command blocks and other blocks and items needed, more or less. To get started, let's first take a look at the items that we need to save into structure blocks. So first thing, if you don't know how to get a structure block or a command block, what we're going to be doing here is we're going to use the give command. So we're going to go ahead and type in /give, and then you'll use @s, which means you, specifically the one running the command. And so you'll do structure block, or you can do command block. But typing those commands into the chat will get you the items that you're looking for here. And then for the structure block, go ahead and set that down. And then on the inside, change all of the sizes from 5 to 1. And then shift that Y from -1 to +1. And what that is going to do is it's going to put the area here, which is more or less the section that it's sensing. It's going to put that right up top, the bounding area. And so that's where it's going to be looking for items to save. And then you're also going to need an anvil. This is for naming items. And then what we're going to do here is you're going to need to get a polished blackstone button out of the creative menu, as well as a warped button and a pale oak button. Okay? We're going to go ahead and name those on the anvil. And we're going to name the black button Missile, the warped button Repulsor, and then the pale button, Unibeam. So if you don't know how to do that, let me go ahead and grab one of these here so I can show you. I'm going to go ahead and place this right down on the anvil, and we're going to erase the name. And like I said, this one is going to be called Unibeam. You're also going to want to grab a set of golden armor, as well as a sentry trim smithing template, eye trim, rib trim, and then dune trim. These are all going to be done with redstone as well, so you're going to want to grab yourself at least 4 pieces of redstone dust. Go ahead and grab those now so that we can show you what we're doing with those. And for those, you're going to want a smithing table. And what you're going to do is, in the order that I gave the trims and the armor to you, they were lined up in the command block. So the helmet, you're going to use the sentry. And then you're going to put some redstone dust on there. And that's going to create this specific helmet here. And then we're going to do the chest plate with eye. And that's going to make this one here. You'll notice the circle piece in the middle. Very Iron Man. Next one is the leggings. And that one I used the rib. And then for the boots, I did dune. And then that is the set of golden armor, okay? So now you should have a polished blackstone button named Missile, a warped button named Repulsor, a pale oak named Unibeam, and you should have a set of armor that you have upgraded with the trim and redstone. We're going to go to that structure block now. The first thing we're going to do for that structure block is we're going to toss the Missile button onto it. And then we're going to go ahead and click inside of here. We're going to erase this, and we're going to name this Missile. We're going to do the same thing with Repulsor. And then instead of naming that Missile, we can go ahead and name it Repulsor. We're going to do it with Unibeam as well. Now for the armor, we're going to go ahead and we're going to do this with every piece of armor. Oh, want to back up a little too close. There. So you want all of the armor on that block. Make sure that you can see all 4 of them there in your bounding area. And we're going to call this one armor. All right, now we're going to move on to the command block portion. This first floor of my building, this is the suit up and suit down systems. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at these right now. We're going to start off with a repeating command block that's always active. And what we're going to do here is execute as at A. And then I have a specific set of coordinates typed in here with a range of 1.5. So those coordinates are the specific position that I want to go stand in to get the Iron Man suit equipped onto me. Because the way I have this built with a custom armor, they get auto-equipped through a dispenser, and so I need to go specifically stand in front of it. See? So those coordinates are for this position right here. And again, if you don't know how to get your coordinates on in the upper left of your screen, go into your settings and then turn on show coordinates, which is right below friendly fire. See it right here? So I'm going to put those coordinates in right there. And then at S, run tag, at S, add Iron Man. So if I go stand in that spot, it's going to give me the Iron Man tag. Now change to that conditional always active. No delay here. I'm going to do slash structure load armor to another set of specific coordinates. So that set of coordinates will take you right here where I have a hopper that's hooked up to that dispenser. So what I'm doing is I'm loading that set of armor in, it's dropping into this hopper, and it auto loads into the dispenser that I have inside. So you'll see that hopper was right there. It feeds directly into this dispenser. So when I go stand there and I don't have the Iron Man tag, it's going to give me that suit of armor, and it's also going to give me these. We haven't gotten that far yet, but we'll get there. So the next thing here, we have cycle dispenser. So repeat. Oh wait, did I finish going over that one? Yeah, yep. So I'm loading that armor into that coordinates that were over the hopper. So moving on to the next one, repeating, always active, and I have a 4-tick delay on this. Make sure you do that. And we're doing execute as at A, and then again, another specific set of coordinates, and then range of 1.5, tag equals Iron Man at S. So we're looking for in a specific spot for the Iron Man tag. So as soon as you get the tag when you stand there, it's going to run this. It's going to run it at your position, and it's going to do set block, and then another specific set of coordinates, redstone block. Now I'm going to show you where that position is, but before I do, I want to talk about this one here. So this is chain unconditional always active. So this is going to run every single time the command block here cycles, the chain cycles. This one has a delay of 2. We're going to do the exact same thing, execute at the same position, looking for the tag Iron Man. We're going to run set block, same exact coordinates, but I'm doing air. Now, because there's a slight delay in these running, it's going to basically summon in the redstone block, then replace it with air, then summon in the redstone block, and then replace it with air, and then summon in the redstone block, and then replace it with air. So as long as you're standing there, it should cycle a redstone block, and I'll show you that position specifically is right here beneath the dispenser. So when the redstone block spawns in, it'll shoot off one of the armor pieces, then it's going to disappear, and then it's going to get spawned in again, then it shoots off the next armor piece. So that is what will cycle the dispenser, feeding you the armor so that it will auto-equip. If you haven't already done it yet, go ahead and click like and subscribe. It really helps me out as a creator, and I mean, like, seriously, it really helps me out. Alright, so moving on to the next part, this is going to be suiting up. The first block that we're starting with here is a repeating command block, always active, no delay. And it's going to be slash test for at A tag equals Iron Man. So as soon as you get the Iron Man tag, this is going to start showing that you have it. It's going to find you, as you see here, found my username. It's going to power this comparator, and then this sticky piston is going to push this redstone block forward. Now, if you don't have it, or when you get the tag removed, it's going to power this block instead. In this block here, Impulse needs redstone, and we're going to have a no delay ticks on that. slash ability at A, tag equals exclamation point Iron Man, may fly, false. So anybody that doesn't have the Iron Man tag, and you'll have it removed when this one is running, remember, loses the ability to fly. So when you're in survival mode, this makes a lot of sense. Just be careful. It does take it away if you're in creative as well. So jumping out of anything is, you're still going to fall like a lot. Now, when over here, the first one we have is an impulse, needs redstone, no delay, slash ability at A, tag equals Iron Man, may fly, true. So when you get the Iron Man tag, it's going to give you the ability to fly. Then this one here, chain conditional, always active, no delay, slash execute as at A, tag equals Iron Man, at S, run structure load missile, tilde, tilde, 1 tilde. So we're executing at your position, structure load missile, and that's going to be 1 block above you, basically where your head is, which should more or less let you auto pick up the missile. Chains to that, we're going to do the exact same thing, chain conditional, always active, executing at your position again as at A, tag equals Iron Man, at S, run structure load. This time we're loading repulsor, tilde, tilde, 1 tilde. And then you guessed it, the last one here, set up the same way, same exact command, only this time we're going to structure load Unibeam, tilde, tilde, 1 tilde. So when you get the Iron Man tag, this is what gives you the ability to fly, I can talk, and then it's also going to give you the initial load up of your items, these buttons. Now the rest of the mechanics for these buttons will be down on the lower floors, that's where all the weapons are controlled, but we have a few more things I want to go over on this floor. So when you become Iron Man, there are also going to be some command blocks that are going to start running. Repeating, always active. This one here is slash effect at A, tag equals Iron Man, resistance 1, 2, true. So it's going to give you increased defense. This one here is going to do effect water breathing, 1, 1, true. So you're going to be able to breathe where there's no air. Set up the same way. This one's regeneration, so you have minor regeneration. Set up the same way. This one is strength, so you have increased strength because of your suit. Saturation. So in order for your regeneration to work correctly, you need to have your hunger satiated. So this is just making sure that you don't go hungry so that your minor regeneration works appropriately. And then up here, we're doing night vision. So all these effects simulate some of the effects that you would have from wearing an Iron Man suit. You can add more or take away what you want. These are just the ones that I thought would make sense from my perspective. The last thing I want to do here is the suiting down portion. So I have a button over here. It powers this chain here as well as this button. Let's start with the chain. So the first thing, I have an impulse, needs redstone, no tick delay. What we're going to do is replace item entity at A, tag equals Iron Man, slot.armor.head air. So any headpiece that I'm wearing gets erased, gets replaced with air. We're going to do the same thing, replace item entity, and then again, looking for Iron Man here at A, tag equals Iron Man. This one's going to be the chest armor, replacing that with air. And then doing the same thing. You notice these are unconditional, because you might have armor pieces that are broken, that you're not wearing anymore, and so I want it to run no matter what, even if the block before it didn't succeed in running. So if I have conditional, it's going to check if the block before it in the chain succeeded. If it doesn't succeed, it won't run. Unconditional, it's just going to run anyway. So this is going to get rid of your leg armor, doing the same command. Then you guessed it, we're looking at feet here. Place item entity at A, tag equals Iron Man, slot.armor.feet, 0 air. So those first 4 get rid of all your armor. The next 3 is going to remove your gear, as the header says here. So again, unconditional. And we're going to do clear at A, tag equals Iron Man, polished blackstone button. So it's going to get rid of polished blackstone buttons. This one, we're doing the same thing, clear command for warped button. And this one here, doing the same thing for pale oak button. So this chain gets rid of the 3 buttons that you have, and then the armor pieces. And then over here, we have that one impulse command block here. This one has a delay of 10 ticks. Slash tag at A, tag equals Iron Man, R equals 7, remove Iron Man. So the person with the Iron Man tag pushing this button, you're going to lose the Iron Man tag when you push it. So as you can see, I now have no armor on me. Got rid of those buttons. And even though I'm in creative mode, as I warned you earlier, I can't fly. No! That's okay, I could just fix that with the ability command. Alright, so that is the suit up and suit down portion. So now, you should be able to put your armor on and get your button items and your abilities, and then you should be able to take them off. Alright, let's move on down to the weapons. So this next floor here is the most complicated weapon. This floor is the missile system. So let's go ahead and take a look over here. So I have a single repeating command block, and you see that I have two comparators coming off of it. One is going to power this line here, and then the other one is going to feed into this command block here. I have it designed kind of weird like this just for space. If you want to fit yours differently, you go right on ahead. But the first one here is repeating always active command block, and we're going to have a 5-tick delay /test for at E name equals missile. So this is going to search for when you drop that button named missile. So when I drop that button I named missile, it'll power these two comparators, and then down this first line here, this right here, repeating, needs redstone, so it's only going to run when it's being ran by that comparator. /execute as at E name equals missile at S. So it's going to execute as the missile and at its location, but it's going to be rotated as at A tag equals Iron Man. So this is going to fly based on the rotation of where you are looking. Run TP caret 0.05 1 true. So when you fire your missile, the direction you're looking in, that's the direction the missile's going to fly in. So if you shoot it and then you turn your screen, that missile's going to turn in that direction. Then I have a comparator, and then I have a repeater going into a black concrete square here, and I've got a redstone torch on top of it. So this is powering this, unless the missile is flying. When the missile's flying, this will not be powered, and then when the missile stops flying, this will power it. That's to detect when the missile hits another block. Because I'm teleporting it with the true at the end of the teleport command, it will not teleport through blocks. So if it hits a block, it'll stop flying and it'll power this. Impulse needs redstone command block. /execute at E name equals missile or M equals 15. So it's going to execute at the missile as long as it's more than 15 blocks away from here where the command blocks are. And it's going to run summon TNT minecart ~1 0 Minecraft on instant prime. And so this is going to summon in a minecart that's going to explode instantly. And then chain conditional active /kill at E name equals missile. So it's going to kill the button after it hits the ground and explodes. Now also powered over here, we have that comparator, some redstone dust, repeater. Into this repeating needs redstone command block. /execute at A tag equals Iron Man has item equals polished blackstone button quantity equals 0. So it's going to check and make sure you don't have one of those buttons. And if you don't, then it's going, because unless entity, also, if you don't have the button and the entity missile is not currently flying, so after it hits something or it flies too far away, it gets killed automatically, which we'll cover that. Basically, once the missile's gone and you don't have one, it's going to run structure load missile ~1 So that's going to give you back the missile after it's done. Now here, repeating always active /execute at A tag equals Iron Man run execute at E name equals missile RM equals 5. So we're going to first execute at your position, and then we're going to instead run execute at the missile's position. As long as it's more than 5 blocks away, run particle Minecraft basic flame particle. So this is what gives the missile that fire trail when I shoot it. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to look at is I have these two kind of double sets here. This one detects when it hits an entity or gets close to an entity. And then this one here detects when the missile gets too far away. So repeating, always active, /execute at E, name equals missile, RM equals 15. If entity at A, tag equals Iron Man, RM equals 70. So we're executing at the missile's location as long as it's not near here where the command blocks are. If Iron Man exists at least 70 blocks away, it's going to run summon TNT minecart ~1 Minecraft on instant prime. So if it gets 70 blocks away from Iron Man, it's just going to summon in the TNT minecart, and then chain conditional always active. It's going to run /kill at E name equals missile. So if it gets too far away, it'll self-destruct. Alternatively, repeat always active. Doing kind of the same thing, executing at E name equals missile, RM equals 12. It could be 12, 15, or whatever. I just don't want it to explode near the command block area. If entity at E tag equals not Iron Man, type equals not item, type equals not XP orb. That's what those exclamation points are for. Range of 4. So it's looking for an entity that's not you, an item, or an XP orb within 4 blocks. If it picks one of those up or detects it, run summon, again, TNT minecart ~1 00 Minecraft on instant prime. So if it gets within 4 blocks of an entity, it will also explode, chain conditional always active, then /kill at E name equals missile. So it'll self-destruct there as well. And then over here, this is going to be the sound, repeats, unconditional, always active. It's looking for when the missile exists. And then there is a comparator here powering this command block. And then impulse needs redstone. We're going to execute at the missile's position, run play sound, firework launch at A R equals 30. So when you shoot it, that little firework launching sound you hear, that comes from this setup. It's like this, so they'll only run one time when it first activates. And that's the missile section. Now we're going to move on to the next floor, which will have the Unibeam and the Repulsor. You'll see there's basically like the same amount of command blocks on here, but this is actually 2 different weapons. Starting off with the Repulsor. Repeating command block, always active. We're going to do /test4 at E name equals Repulsor. And just like up there, we're going to have a delay on this one. This one I have set for 8. This is the first teleport command here, so chain conditional always active. We're going to execute at A tag equals Iron Man, positioned *1. So it should execute directly in front of Iron Man. Run TP at ER equals 6, type equals not an item, type equals not an XP orb, tag equals not Iron Man, tilde. So it's actually going to teleport them to the same spot. And then facing at A tag equals Iron Man, but it's going to turn them to look at me, or you if you're the one using the Repulsor. Then the next command block here, chain conditional always active. Same setup, execute at A tag equals Iron Man, position *1, so right in front of you. We're going to run teleport, and at E R equals 6, type equals not an item, type equals not an XP orb, tag equals not Iron Man. But this time, *5, *13, facing at A tag equals Iron Man, so it's going to yeet them away from you. So the first one makes them face you, this one makes them go bye-bye. And then here, this is for reloading and cleaning up. Repeat, always active. We're going to /kill at E name equals Repulsor. So as soon as you drop the button, this one has a 10-tick delay, so it'll wait 10 ticks and then kill it. So basically just long enough for this to trigger, and then it's going to kill it. And then in the chain conditional always active here, 1 tick delay. We're going to do /execute at A tag equals Iron Man, run structure load Repulsor, *1. So that's going to give you the Repulsor button back. Then over here, this is for the particle effect. We're going to repeat always active, execute at A tag equals Iron Man, positioned *1.3 *1. So that's kind of right in front of you, but a little bit higher up, kind of more in front of your face. If entity at E name equals Repulsor, so it's looking for the button, run particle Minecraft Sonic Explosion. So when you drop the button, it summons that explosion. And then here, this is for the sound. We have impulse needs redstone. We're going to execute at A tag equals Iron Man, run play sound mob.warden.sonic_boom at AR equals 30. So that is the sound effect. So that is the Repulsor. Next, we have the Unibeam. So starting off here, repeating always active command block, /test4 at E name equals Unibeam. This one here is going to have a delay of 10 ticks. So that's going to detect when you drop the Unibeam button. Chain conditional, always active. Slash execute at A, tag equals Iron Man, unless entity at E, name equals beam. So unless there's an entity named beam, it's going to run summon, armor stand, beam, tilde, tilde, tilde. So this is going to be at your position since we're running at your location. And then chains to that, conditional, always active. We're going to run effects for at E, name equals beam. We're going to give it invisibility for 50 seconds and true, so there's no particles. And then here for the reloading and cleanup, chain conditional, always active. We're going to now kill Unibeam. No tick delay there. And then right here, chain conditional, always active. We're going to execute at A, tag equals Iron Man. So at our position, run structure load, Unibeam, tilde, tilde 1, tilde. So that's going to run that Unibeam button that we saved in the structure. So now we have an invisible armor stand, and it's reloaded our button. Up here I have repeating, always active. Slash execute as, at E, name equals beam, at S. So as the beam, at the beam's location. That's what the name of the armor stand is. Rotated as Iron Man, so like the missile earlier, it's going to go in the direction that we are facing. Run TP at S, caret, 1.5. So literally just like the missile, it's going to fire forward in the direction you're facing. And yes, if you turn, it will turn with your screen. So it's easier to aim that way. And then this is the visual portion. Chain conditional, always active. We're going to execute at E, name equals beam, run particle, Minecraft end rod, tilde, tilde 1.3 tilde. And then here, same kind of setup. We're going to do the same thing, except for the particle we're going to run is the electric spark particle. Again, tilde, tilde 1.3 tilde. And then here, chain conditional, always active. What we're going to do is we're going to run a damage command. So at slash execute at E, name equals beam. So based on the position of the armor stand that we're shooting forward, run damage. At E, which is any entity, R equals 3, so within a range of 3 blocks, that is not tagged Iron Man, that's not an item, that's not an XP orb, that's name is not beam, so it won't hurt itself. It's going to deal 20 damage. It's an entity attack, and the entity doing the damage is at A, tag equals Iron Man. So if you hit something with the Unibeam and it lives, it will know that you are the one damaging it. And then over here I have a couple repeating command blocks. This one is for the sound. Repeat, always active. We're going to execute at A, tag equals Iron Man. If entity, at E, name equals beam. So if the armor stand exists, it's going to run play sound. mob.guardian.attack_loop at A, R equals 30. So that gives the sound from the laser. And then this is, like with the missile, a range limit. So repeating, always active. And then we're going to execute at A, tag equals Iron Man. Run kill at E, name equals beam, RM equals 90. So if beam gets 90 blocks away, this is going to kill that armor stand. Now some of you have probably seen the short. The flying animation that you see is from this add-on, which works for Bedrock Edition. Now, I will warn you, it doesn't look like it's been updated for almost a couple of years now, but for me, in the most updated version of Bedrock, it still works for the awesome animation of flying. So if you're looking for something that looks a little bit cooler, check this out. And that's how I became Iron Man in Minecraft. But the power builds don't stop here. Join me live this Saturday, June 21st, where we will break down my next big weapon, the command block bow, featuring fire and ice arrows, lightning and explosive arrows, sonic arrows, and even teleportation arrows. If you want to build it with me, or just see how deep command blocks can go, don't miss out.